watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. For DC News Now at 4, I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. Welcome back, Mark. We'll get to those top stories in just a few minutes, but we start with a look outside on another cold day in the DMV with temperatures almost in the teens earlier this morning, Mark.
All right, let's take a live look out. My goodness, it was a cold start to the morning, Annalisa. I could not believe just how chilly it was, but we did get, I guess, a slight warm up. But who better to ask than meteorologist Damon Matson, who joins us with the first look at the forecast. Hey, Damon.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we are definitely much improved this afternoon compared to where we were early this morning. Some of these numbers behind me, the lowest we've experienced since February. Yeah, it's been that long since we've had an Arctic blast like this. And again, we had a low temp of 24 in D.C., but that was on the higher end of things. Look at this. Manassas 13, Martinsburg 18. We really saw those temperatures down into the teens as you went back to the west. So we started out so frigid that it was difficult to bring those temperatures back up much here as we went throughout the afternoon. Currently, we are sitting at our peak for the day, upper 30s, low 40s, all the warmer it did get. Now, it definitely has still been chilly, but thankfully enough, we have not been dealing with the same kind of wind that we have for the last couple of days. That biting wind chill was a big issue Monday and Tuesday, but today, not as much. And as a matter of fact, these winds are coming out of the south now, and that is what's really going to kick off the warm-up as we go into Thursday as well. So folks, if you are going out and about though this evening, you'll still need to bundle up a decent bit as temperatures do stay in the 30s throughout. Now, it won't be as rapid of a temperature drop, and we're not expecting temperatures to be as cold tonight as they were just last night. But just know we'll have a little bit of colder air to deal with still heading into Thursday morning before we finally start to warm things up. Now, just how high will those temperatures go tomorrow? And when is that next rain chance going to pop up in the forecast? We'll have a full look at that coming up here in just a bit.
Hey, Damon, thank you. Our top story here at Ford. Police in Fairfax County are searching for a French Bulldog stolen from inside a Springfield, Virginia home.
Now, this new video from Fairfax County Police shows us more of what happened there. We talked to the dog's owner today, who tells us someone broke into her home on Tralee Hills Court Monday and stole her dog Queen along with 2 other dogs in that home. The alleged thieves took off with Queen, but the other dogs got away in the neighborhood for a brief time. The 2 were eventually reunited. Now, the dog's owners told police they think they may know who is behind that crime.
They didn't tell us directly, but said to someone else that they will be coming back to get the other dog or dogs. You know, this affects people psychologically and mentally. Last night, I was sitting down here in a chair after work.
Now, Dognappings have hit nearly every corner of the DMV this week, with at least 2 stolen dogs reported in D.C., one in Prince George's County, and now another in Northern Virginia. Tonight, DC News Now is investigating this trend and what's being done to stop it.
And our Randy Bass joins us from the newsroom. Randy, what have you learned about this troubling trend today?
Mark, Annalisa, it's something that has dog owners here in the DMV on high alert tonight as they take their pups out and about for a walk. And sometimes there's not that much police are able to do about it, with some officers telling victims of these violent dog nappings that sometimes the best thing they can do is take steps to solve these crimes themselves.
It's still disappointing because my detective specifically told me, that it's up to me and social media to find my dog or provide any support, so that wasn't any type of reassurance.
Zelina Ahmed's dog Max was stolen at gunpoint in Northeast DC late last month. Attackers pistol whipped her before taking her beloved Westie. She spent several days plastering posters all over her Fort Totten neighborhood, spreading the word on social media and finding footage of her own attack. She and Max were reunited thanks to the help of those photos and Good Samaritans who turned him into police.
I'm completely disappointed in the way the police have handled this. I've never even heard back from them once I received Max.
She's since moved back to New York, where she says she feels more safe. DC police say right now these crimes are typically investigated as property offenses, either thefts or robberies, similar to if your purse or backpack was stolen. DC police tell us they also don't keep specific statistics for these kinds of offenses involving pets. We reached out to members of the DC Council about how these kinds of crimes are investigated and prosecuted, and whether it's time to take another look at laws on the books. Councilmember Anita Bond says,
I'm going to give it a lot of thought. It may make a lot of sense. I think we've reached that point.
And as for what's driving these crimes and what's driving this trend we're seeing here today, we talked with the American Kennel Club about these robberies, saying that they involve a lot of high-value breeds and young puppies, often small dogs that are easy to grab and take off with. Recently as this week, we're seeing those robberies involve French Bulldogs, a notoriously expensive type of dog to purchase and own. The AKC says people who are stealing these dogs are often trying to breed them for cash or resell them for even more. In the newsroom, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Staying in the district, we have new surveillance video showing a burglary at a restaurant. The owner is saying tonight that DC has fallen into anarchy, and they're calling on district leaders for solutions. The latest burglary happened early yesterday morning at Minimal in Brookland. Now, Daniel Hamburg joins us live from that area. Daniel, what else are you learning?
Well, Mark, this is quite a scene here last night, or yesterday morning, rather. The owner here tells me since 2018, they've been robbed almost every single year here, and as well as their Italian store down the street. This one was actually caught on camera on this Ring doorbell video right here. Now, the owner, Maria Rusciano, says this is video from 3 a.m. on Tuesday. You can clearly see a man in a mask trying to break down the front door of Menamale in Brookland here. At first, he tries using some kind of hammer and then kicks the door down despite the alarm going off. Rusciano says they don't keep cash on site and have cameras all over. She says the man only got away with some liquor, but this crime trend is something that needs to be addressed. She thinks police are doing what they can with the resources they have, but wants more patrols in the area. And she also wants more legislation from the DC Council to be tough on crime.
I feel this ambience of not being tough on crime just emboldens individuals who are prone to commit it. And if there are no consequences or no serious consequences, then why not?
Now, Rusciano says luckily this time the thief only broke part of the door frame, so they didn't have to replace the entire door this time. But she says that it is still an expense that she's hoping doesn't happen again. Mark.
And Daniel, you also caught up with Police Chief Pamela Smith and asked about this case. What did she have to say?
Well, she said that they are working to reduce crime, basically asking for patience, that this is something that's not going to be a quick fix. But she says things like the legislation in front of the council right now could help, including stiffer penalties for people in those organized retail theft rings. We're live in Brookland. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. New at 4 in Maryland, a study by the Washington County Community Action Council finding that the amount of people experiencing homelessness in the county has increased. That study revealed homelessness has increased about 70% since July. The study also revealed that the cost of rent has increased in the county, resulting in more evictions there and less funding for more affordable housing.
There's not one way into homelessness or one way out, but some definite things is the lack of affordable housing, mental health, a dramatic increase in mental health. Something that we're working on together with our community partners is trying to get some outside-the-box solutions.
Now, Reach of Washington County says they have served 93 people within the last month.
Well, after nearly a 10-hour meeting that lasted overnight, the Prince William County Board of Supervisors made a decision on a new data center in the county. DC News Now's Lex Juarez was at the Prince William County Administration Center as the vote was taken early this morning and has details on where things stand.
Well, it was another marathon meeting for the Board of Supervisors, and this time they got to a final vote, voting 5-3 to approve the project.
Motion passes 5-3.
The Devlin Technology Park project will bring a 4.2 million square foot data center to Bristow. That plot of land was for single family homes, and those living in the area are against building data centers for a few factors. The main concerns being noise and the overall look of the centers and concerns over pollution. However, there's a big push due to tax revenue this project could bring, as well as jobs for workers in the county. Now, the Planning Commission recommended approval for the proposed plan, but community members are feeling taken advantage of by the board, who they say has been approving too many of these projects in a short period of time.
We're doing our share. The people who live in Gainesville, Bristow, and Haymarket and Manassas are already doing their share in the data center tax revenue situation. So we don't feel we should be burdened anymore, and today we were burdened.
Well, meetings on this specific project started at the beginning of the year. And coming up in just a few weeks, board members are going to be voting on another data center project that's proposed for the county. That's going to be on December 12th, where they're going to be voting on the PW Digital Gateway project that would go in Gainesville. In Woodbridge, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Also new at 4, the Alexandria City Council voted to move forward with plans to end single-family only zoning. This means buildings with up to 4 units in residential neighborhoods will now be allowed in the city. This plan was considered controversial by some, but advocates say it's part of an effort to provide more affordable homes in the area. Now, council members say this move will not hurt the city.
People want to talk about there's going to be too many people in the houses. These aren't high-density houses. To my frustration with the rhetoric and the fear-mongering and the misinformation, I want you all to know that you don't need to fear. We're not trying to, we don't have some ulterior motive, some secret agenda. Everybody up here on this dais cares about this city.
Now, according to the Washington Post, the median home price in Alexandria was roughly $618,000 last month.